welcome to another episode of Spreading Smiles. This is your host for the day, Shantwana. I hope you all are doing great and taking good care of yourself. Please make sure you're vaccinated as soon as possible, and also take care of your mental health because in today's time, mental health is very important, and it's so important for us to notice our mental health. Just take care of yourself, and let's start the session now. Let's start the session with a quote. The quote is, when you're writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. The point is that whenever we are doing something with our life, there are so many people who tend to interrupt us and tell their suggestions, but to make sure you do it only for yourself and not for anyone else. Today we are welcoming a very special guest, Akshay Singla sir. So I think he's here. So let's add him and know about his journey. So Amya, just give me a confirmation that I'm perfectly audible. Yeah, so we are adding Akshay Singla sir. Hi sir. Welcome to Spreading Smiles.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Thank you so much. The pleasure is all mine.
So yeah, I think voice is perfectly audible, right?
Yeah, I just want to do a sound check. Am I audible?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
video and the voice?
Yeah, perfectly audible. So, okay, we'll just start the session. So, let me first tell the audience a bit about Akshay sir. So, Akshay sir is an educator, and also he's a photography and a dancing enthusiast. So, today's session is going to be about that. So, we are very excited. So happy, sir, you're here.
Yeah, sure. I'm equally excited, and I really hope that the session turns out to be very productive and people get to hear or they get certain messages or things which they really need at this point of time. That's my intention of doing this whole session with you people.
Wow, that's great, and thank you so much, sir, for that. So let's start with how has your journey been till now, being an educator, and how it all started.
Well, being an educator kind of came while I was on the path. One thing I was always very sure, even when I was studying, when I was a student, that I had this skill of teaching
Okay,
within me. I was good at it.
okay,
So that was something you can call to be my inner calling, something that I've always been drawn to,
okay,
and I was very sure about most of the things about it.
okay,
Like maybe the clarity wasn't there, but one thing in this whole journey which has constant been a part of me as a feeling was that I exactly knew what I didn't want to do. So when you
okay.
know something that you don't want to go here or there,
Yeah,
half of the work is done. The
yeah,
problem comes when you actually don't know what you don't want to do. Even if
yeah,
you know this much, half of the mystery is solved. So
yeah.
for me, it was kind of solved. Uh, I decided to be an educator when I was in my graduation. So that was the time when I finally took this call that yes, uh, you know, that I actually want to go into teaching, and teaching is something that was really close to me, that I resonated with a lot,
Okay,
and that's when I decided that yes, I want to go into teaching straight away. The
that is
journey was definitely not easy, but yeah, I think if I look back today, uh, looking towards my whole journey and the growth, I think that the struggle has been worth it.
wow, that is so great. And I feel like somewhere it is so important that we get to know what is not meant for us and what is meant for us so that we can work on that and know what exactly we want to do. So that is so great, sir. And thanks for sharing
Yeah.
that. Okay. So, when you started your journey, what are the challenges that you faced?
Well, one of the major challenges was to actually select an area or a field or
Hmm.
a forte or a discipline for myself,
Okay.
something that I was good at, something that can get me a job, or a platform where I can create a space for my own self,
Hmm.
at the same time keeping in center my strength and my interests. So that was the biggest challenge for me to decide that which particular area or which particular subject I actually wanted to go into, and the clarity came with time. The
Yeah.
clarity kind of came with time as I read, as I was evolving. It's not just a matter of education. It's not
Hmm.
just about getting a degree or being in a college, but it's more about when you start interacting with people around you,
Hmm.
you you kind of perform a lot of transaction of ideas. So I think
Yeah.
the more transactions of ideas uh, I performed, I interacted with people, the more clarity I got, because I started teaching in a very early stage of my life, and
Okay.
my actual career, if I have to really put it across, my actual teaching career started with dancing. I started my journey as a dance trainer, as a choreographer
Yeah.
in my own hometown, and
Okay.
I was probably in the first year of my graduation, probably uh, 12th 12th standard or first year
Okay.
of my graduation. I started teaching, and I used to go to colleges, I used to go to universities for teaching students, and I was also working as a part-time instructor with a dance studio in
Oh,
my hometown only.
okay.
So I think many people came for dance classes, and we used to talk. They used to really be in awe that I'm teaching at such a age, and
Wow.
I think that really kind of gave me an exposure and clarity of
Okay.
my skills as a person. That yes, this is something which uh, I wanted to take further with me, or wanted to explore or grow within myself.
Okay. Wow, that is so great. And I think one thing that you said is so important is that to explore yourself and to explore that in which field you want to go. And it would only be when we try new things and get to know the fields and talk to people and, interact and evolve with time. So that is very important. And yeah, this is so great, sir. So, one thing I just wanted to know, when we start with our journey, oh, what exactly, how do you know that this is the path I just want to go?
Well, first of all, the basic thing which makes you feel it, when you are completely honest with your own self. Most
Yeah,
of the times we are unable to establish an honesty with our own selves.
yeah,
We generally run behind, or we generally focus on keeping people around us happy, or
totally.
managing things which are around us, rather than actually spending time going deep inside your own self and being honest to yourself. Because when
Yeah,
you are honest to your own self, you kind of get a feeling when you do something that yes, this is the thing which I will never get bored of. This is a thing which
yeah,
I want to do for the rest of my life, or a feeling like
yeah,
that, an instinct like that. And we need to be we need to be in connection with our own selves to even experience this kind of a connection, which is very difficult in the modern time. I would say I've
yeah,
I've grown up in a restrained time when there was not such an exposure and such a plethora of social media, and so much of exposure, all the information on your fingertips. Resources were limited.
yeah,
Uh, and I am a self-trained dancer, and I got
oh,
professional training for dancing at a very later stage in my life when I was able to support myself financially. But before that, most of my journey has been through self-learning, through self-training.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Great, sir.
So that is one feeling that one gets.
Okay. Got it. So it's so important to stay true to yourself. And once you stay true to yourself and ignore what other people are saying and concentrate what you actually want to do, you will get exactly what you want to do. Right?
Yeah, kind of.
So, like a lot of youths, when we see them, they are just confused, like for multitasking. They don't try to do a simple task, and somewhere it's like you want to follow your passion as well, and you are doing what currently you are doing, such as jobs and anything like that. So, what are your thoughts on that for multitasking?
Well, my take on multitasking is that it differs from person to person. There is no set rule or uh, set formula
Okay.
for multitasking, like, but the basic thing is that uh, once you are aware of your own strengths, and even if you want to follow your passion,
Yeah.
you really need to have a practical idea of going about it.
Yeah.
And I think we are the best judges of our own selves, our own surroundings, our family backgrounds, and the resources that we have. And once we are very thorough with these things, we can always plan things for ourselves. Of course, multitasking, it is not easy, but all you can try is to do what makes you happy at the end of the day.
Yeah. Okay, that is so great. So, most important thing is to like it differs for person to person, and as a person, what exactly you need, you can do. We just got a live question from Soumya. So it is like how to focus or concentrate on something.
In order to focus on something, the first thing that you really need to do is uh, really decide within yourself that you're going to devote yourself to that thing completely.
Yeah.
For example, if I have an exam tomorrow and I want to study and I have to clear the exam, so my focus should be on the exam, on the thing that I want to go for or achieve, rather than distractions. The problem is we are easily distracted.
Yeah.
And these days it's very easy to get distracted. Even if you're reading something on your phone, a notification pops up and you completely forget where you were and you completely drift off to some other tangent.
Yeah, so true, so
So
true.
I think focus, concentration comes with time. It really comes with a lot of time and a lot of patience.
Okay. Okay, that's great. So yeah, so true that it comes with time and we have to practice it. It's not like we can get it, the focus and all in a single day, but yeah. Uh, okay, we and got another live question. How to choose a good college? Please guide, since you are an educator.
A good, since I am an educator, I think no college is a bad college, first of all. Every
Okay.
college, every educational institution, organization has something to offer. But to choose what is good for you or not good for you, you have to really pen down certain things, that what are you expecting out of that degree or that course? Is that college providing you that basic thing which you are looking for?
Yeah, yeah, so
All
true.
right. So that is the criteria of choosing a good college, keeping in mind your present reality and your nature. You can't survive in a college uh, where the atmosphere really doesn't let you sink in. So you
Yeah.
have to keep a lot of things in mind while choosing a good college. But the first thing, the primary thing is that suppose you're looking for a particular degree, and
Yeah.
is that college offering that particular degree, and is the staff or the faculty uh, proficient enough? Are the resources good enough that you can really grow in that institution, grow with
Yeah.
that institution? That
Very
should be
true.
the approach.
Okay. Yeah, that is so important. So I think Anshul just got his answer. So, okay. So, sir, in the pandemic, it's been like more than 1.5 year now. How have you managed it? What are the problems that you faced? And how did you try to be calm and productive?
Well, this pandemic has been a blessing in a disguise,
Okay.
I would say.
Okay.
For me, I can say for myself, and I really thank uh, universe for getting me into a space where where I could really kind of plant myself, root myself, and start my growth process. Because honestly,
Okay.
my growth started uh, almost before the pandemic was happening.
Okay.
I started doing photography. I started getting professional training.
Uh,
For me, pandemic has played a very, very big role because most of the resources that were physically unaccessible for me
okay.
were made accessible online.
Okay.
So the kind of
Wow.
instructors I wanted to train with, the kind of
Okay.
people I've connected with in the pandemic
Okay.
uh, has resulted in such a growth that I was able to do things uh, which I could not do if those instructors or those platforms were not available uh, or were not in my reach during the pandemic. It's because of the whole online platform. Honestly telling you, so
Okay.
I think when a person like me, when I have time, I
Yeah.
want to use my time productively. I want to do something that makes me happy. I want to do something that keeps me busy as well as
Okay.
and keeps me motivated. And
Yeah.
I have a bunch of things to look at. I love reading. I
Okay.
love listening to music. Always connected to on a next level, on a very deep level. And of course, dancing has been my passion. I would say one of the first passions I've ever developed in life is for dance. I think most of the things that have manifested in my life probably because of this driving force which I've always derived from my love for dance and music and
Yeah.
performance arts. And I have a curious nature, and I've always been very explorative about things, and I've always
Wow.
believed that there's no harm in venturing out into something new.
Yeah. So true. Wow, that has been so great. Amazing, sir. And I personally feel that it is so important to be curious because half of our lives start there. And if we are not curious about something that is new to us, then how are we gonna come out of the box currently we are in? So that is so great, sir. And yeah. So next, we would like to know, uh, who inspires you the most?
Uh, there are a bunch of people in my life who have played a really, really big role
Okay.
uh, in my life, and whatever I am today is not just the result of the hard work and the efforts I
Okay.
have put to walk on this path, but at the same time, those people have always been with me, been my supporting pillars, inspiration. Uh, First of all, I would say my family has been really supportive for
Okay.
all the things that I do in my life, or I've done, or I've accomplished in my life.
Wow.
You know, that is something they've always been the supporting pillars for me. And I have
Okay.
been fortunate enough that I have got the opportunity to study uh, with with such great teachers, not
Okay.
just academics, but also my journey into dancing, and such
Okay.
great teachers I've got connected to, that I would say that if I really have to, I really can't take all the names.
Yeah.
The list would go on and on and on, but to
Yeah.
really sum it up, to really put it in a capsule form,
Yeah.
I would simply say that my very close circle, first of all, my immediate family, my teachers expect a lot from me. They have been uh, a very big source of inspiration, and the reason why I also wanted to be a teacher, go into education. And my friends, they have always been there with me
Yeah.
and supporting me and motivating me, and pushing me to really do things, go out of my comfort zone, and grow as an individual.
Hi, sir. So sorry for the connection glitch. And yeah, we'll just
Oh,
quickly start the session now. So
yeah, sure.
let's just start with how has your journey been as an educator?
My journey as an educator has been really productive, uh, and has really made me the person I am today. So I think
Okay.
all the risks, they were worth.
So yeah. So that is so great. Also, sir, like we would also like to know that since you have been a photography enthusiast and like educator also, so what is spreading smiles for you?
For me, spreading smiles is making yourself a person like that who could really bring smile on any face by mere presence. For me, spreading smiles is first of all, spreading smiles is making yourself happy first. If you are content, if you are happy, if you are positive from inside, then
Yeah,
automatically you'll be spreading a lot of light and a lot of smiles around you.
yeah. So true, sir, that it is very important for us to spread smiles and also to stay true to yourself. So, sir, when we talk about education system, what are your thoughts on the modern day, like education system for today and what it has been? Like, do you think there should be some changes? I mean, in the pandemic, it has been changed. So, what are your thoughts?
Uh, well, education system for a country like India,
Yeah,
uh, I know a lot of reforms are needed and they are being done. Being an
yeah,
educator, we get to attend so many seminars. I think being on that side of the table now, or the being on the other side of the desk now
yeah,
is something really enriching. At
yeah,
the same time, I would say things are evolving at a very faster pace. Like when I was studying, when I was in school, things were restricted, resources were limited. But now,
yeah,
the challenge is not the resource.
yeah,
For an educator, the challenge is to select the most appropriate resource and give it to the students in such a manner
yeah,
that they can really take it with them, not just for the sake of clearing an exam or passing an exam, but giving them a skill that they can carry throughout their lives. I think
yeah,
that is something I look forward as an educator, and I think education system needs reforms, and reforms are being done. We are at a stage of experimenting. Of course, this pandemic has put the whole education system into a into a very experimental state where each year we are experimenting, each year new policies are coming up, uh, you know definitely the need of an hour is to evolve and transform, and I think the education system is now transforming. It will take a little bit of time with the new education policy coming into focus very soon, coming into application very soon. So in the coming decade, I think we will see a great change in the whole education system, and it would be really challenging on the part of not just the students but also educators to really cope up with the standards of education, as well as the expectation of the modern student, of the 21st century students. Gone are the days when teaching used to be considered a very easy profession. I don't know who said or who even thought it to be easy. It's one of the most engaging professions if you're really committed and if you're really passionate about your subject and your work.
Yeah, I would say that, because teaching is something that you shape an individual, and it's the foremost important uh, for a professor to do that, for a teacher to do that, and they are the reason we are here. So yeah, I don't think it's an easy profession, and yeah, that is so great, sir. So when someone like wants to pursue as a photography, or wants to start with that, how can they start with that if someone is interested in that? So
Okay, talking about photography, I always had this creative side of me which was good at visualizing things and capturing them. Uh, and it's not a rule, or it's not necessary that every photographer begins his journey with a professional camera.
yeah.
Even I've seen people doing photography with a mobile that would put professional cameras to shame. I've seen such skill in people. It's more or less about knowing the kind of resources you have and utilizing them, and it's a lot of self work also. I got a professional camera after a very later stage in life, almost two and a half, 3 years back. But I was doing photography before that also. I used to use my I used to do it from my mobile, or from whatever resources I had at that point of time. So if somebody wants to begin their photography journey, they really need to start reading about stuff, reading about photography, and then trying their hands out. And these days it's very easy. YouTube is full of tutorials. You can easily get online courses to learn the basics of photography and start your journey as a photographer. So it's very easy these days.
Wow, that is so great, and I'm sure whoever will watches this after this will get to know a lot. So, sir, we would also like to know, what are your biggest achievements and what are your future plans?
My biggest achievement, I would say, in the field of dancing, when I was working as a dance instructor, my students, we were the runners up in a state level dance competition for the duet category, and I was the only choreographer, or we were the only participants who performed Latin American category in the whole competition. So that I consider to be my biggest achievement, because that gave me a chance to meet Terence Lewis itself in the finale. We were in the finale, and that is that I consider my biggest achievement as of now, as a dance enthusiast even.
Wow, that is so great. Okay, so next, like future plans. Am I audible? Like,
Uh, I think I lost you for a minute. You are audible now.
Okay. So we would like to know your future plans.
My future plans, currently, I would say I am working on myself. I would say that I'm a work in progress, and I have a
Okay.
lot of plans. I am doing photography. I'm training myself for dancing as well, and I'm reading also at the same time, doing my academic journey as an educator also, because I don't think that learning ever stops. You always keep
Yeah.
evolving, you always keep growing, and that's how my approach has been. Even I have a job, but that doesn't mean I should sit idle. I should keep myself updated with what's current or what's latest in my own field, because my approach and my aim is to uh, keep growing and evolving ever. And for future plans, I have been working on creating my own photography page, which I'm working on building the profile, and I'll
Oh,
soon be coming up with that. I'll be coming up
yeah.
with that soon, and I'll be posting it soon. Once I build up a good profile, then I'll be good to shoot it out on the
Wow.
social media and share my photography skills with people. And of course, I look forward even collaborating with good photographers, working with them, even learning from them. Uh, and even I'm thinking of doing some videos also, and revive my dancing as well. It's been a long time that I haven't performed, or I haven't
Yeah.
taught dancing for a while. So
Okay.
that's also in progress, and at the same time, I'm working on uh, a project or an area which really has interested me a great deal. That is
Okay.
how dancing is related to healing. You know,
Wow.
uh, how dance or a movement can lead to healing and can address the existential aspects of our living beings. So that's one area I've
Wow.
been really enthusiastic about, and I've been learning about. So it's a lot of reading, it's a lot of meditative work, a lot of
Yeah.
practice, and a lot of patience. So all in all, my approach or my plan for the next 2-3 years is to heal myself and prepare myself so that I can become a platform. I can become a conduit
Wow.
for people around me, uh, to help them grow, help them learn, evolve, heal. And I think being an educator is not just about teaching a subject. It's something greater than that. It's something deeper than that. And I want to become that space, that medium for people to connect, to grow, evolve, and take this thing forward as a legacy also.
Wow. That is so great, sir. And we are super excited for that. We would definitely like to see your photography skills on your page. So great, sir. So, sir, like before letting you go, we would like to, like, what message would you like to give to all the youths out there?
My message for uh, the youth is, first of all, start believing in yourselves. If
Yeah.
you have a vision, if you have a passion for anything, if you have a vision of how you want to lead your life, then first of all, start believing in it. Trust me, the universe is going to uh, make you follow a path which might not be easy, but things will manifest. And I say
Yeah.
this from a space where I have experienced things, where I have gone through things, and one constant thing has been my faith in the universe. And I think once you really put that faith out in yourself, your dreams, your vision, and you supplement that faith with unquestionable hard work, then
Yeah.
nothing is impossible. You can easily achieve it. And staying
Wow.
positive is always one message that I always keep giving. And believe in the light which is inside you. We all have a light inside us, and believing in that light, making that light shine, and spreading that light and spreading smiles is
Yeah.
something very, very important in dark times like the current pandemic, I would say.
Wow, that is so great. And we were so happy you're here. And thank you for this lovely session, sir. So, like we just play this game also. We'll just quickly play this game that is rapid fire. I'll just ask you the questions and you have to answer. Okay. So,
All right.
when is your birthday?
June 26th.
Okay. So whoever's watching or sir follower can just send the gifts there on June 26th. Next would be like your favorite street food.
Sorry, please come again. I lost you for a second.
Okay, I think there's some glitch. Favorite street food.
My favorite street food, I am a big time foodie, so I can't really choose. I can't really choose one, but
Okay.
I think I can't choose one. I can't do this injustice to street food. So I love street food. I love it big time.
Great, great, great. So, like go-to place, like pandemic has been really staying at home indoors. So, what place would you like to go visit first?
Uh, I think one place which I've always wanted to visit is uh, Middle East. Has always fascinated
Okay.
me. So I think one place, if I ever get a chance, that would be Middle
Yeah.
East.
Great, great, great. So, like, since you have been a dancing enthusiast and photography also, once you get a chance to perform with your favorite artist, or so who would it be? Or someone you
My favorite
always
artist.
wanted? Yeah.
My favorite artist, I would not say just the favorite artist, but uh, she is an inspiration, a wonderful human being, and
Okay.
an enlightened soul. And if I ever get a chance to perform with Meher Malik, who happens to be the founder of Banjara School of Dance, so that would be a
Okay.
dream come true for me. Like she's been
Wow.
a great inspiration also, and she's a great artist and a greater human being.
Okay. Wow. That is so great. So, like we read on your profile, like you're a bibliophile. So, some of your favorite books.
Oh, some of my favorite books. Okay. These days I'm currently reading a book known as Ikigai, the Japanese secret of
Yeah.
that is one book I would definitely recommend if people
Okay.
want to read. Uh,
Yeah.
my all-time favorite is The Trial by Kafka. That's all-time favorite. Uh,
Okay.
and Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. That's also one of my favorite novels.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, I would say these are some of my favorite books. I keep reading books, so I
Yeah.
generally my favorites keep on evolving and changing with time to
Yeah.
time. Since these days I'm reading a lot of meditative and spiritual stuff. So yeah, one of the books which I recently came across is You Can Heal Yourself. That's also a very good book to read.
Okay. Wow. Great, great. So amazing, sir. So I think we are done with this, and thank you so much, sir, for being here and taking out your time for us. And this session was so amazing. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. Take care, sir. Keep spreading smiles.